Okay, thanks for visiting. We're going to be going through some calendar sharing, actually calendar publishing scenarios using Office 365. We're also going to be touching on a bit of Gmail calendar sharing and just showing some of the interoperability between completely different disparate email systems. First of all, though, we're going to talk about going from one Office 365 account to another Office 365 account. However, these two accounts are on different companies. They're not within the same company. So this is a situation where you can't do regular calendar sharing. You actually have to do what's called calendar publishing. And the difference is that you cannot give people read-write access. You can only give them read access. However, they don't have to actually authenticate. So the advantage is that they can be someone that's not within your organization. So this is a new feature for Office 365 for Exchange 2010 Service Pack 1, and it's available to you in Office 365. So here we go. We're going to start with an account we've just logged into Outlook Web App on. It's our demo user 2. Now this user wants to publish its calendar to the internet and then share that link that it's going to end up with another user that's not in the same company and not within the same email system. Also another Office 365 user, but again, you can't share from one company to another like you can when you're intercompany. So let me just show you how to do this here. Click on your calendar link in the bottom left. It's going to show your calendar. I've got a few test appointments here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to share, and then I'm going to click on this publish this calendar to internet link. And just so you know, it's very important that you do this from Outlook Web App. It's much easier to do this from Outlook Web App than it is from the Outlook client. And all the settings that you set up here in the Outlook Web App will push down to the Outlook client, so there's nothing to do once you set it up here. So here we go. We're going to pick a few things. By default, this is set to 3 months. I like to leave it at like 30 days. There's publishing detail as to how detailed you want to get. Full details is fine. Just be aware that that means that they can see the detailed information, not only the subject, but the information within the appointment. And access level, restricted or public, you want this to be restricted. This means it creates a link that's not searchable by the internet, and I highly recommend you leave this unrestricted. That's that. Let's click on Start Publishing. Okay, what it does is it generates a random URL. This big, huge, long number right here is automatically generated, and that number identifies you. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually copy that entire string, and you can click on save or cancel. It really doesn't matter. Save doesn't get you out of this prompt for some reason. It doesn't make any sense, but I just X out of it. It's fine. And then we're going to go over to demo 1, or actually the demo user, the one we're trying to share to, and we're going to look at their mailbox. And this is another user on Office 365 that's not in the same company. And we're going to click on Calendar. We're going to right click on My Calendars. We're going to click on Add Calendar. And then there's this second option here. Instead of going from your address book like you'd normally do, you're going to click on Calendar from Internet. And we're going to paste that URL in here. Click OK. And now all those items pop up. And we can just go ahead and so you can make that a little bigger. You can see here, I can't see any of the information in this at all. I can see these, but I cannot see the private one. We'll go back over and look at that. When I was setting up this account, or this appointment, I made sure I checked the box private. That way, only I can see it. No one that I share my calendar with in general can see it. Alright, that's that. So now we can see that calendar. That's great. Well, what if we want to try going to a completely different email system. Let's say a Gmail account, for instance. And we wanted to publish our calendar to a Gmail account. Well, I just happen to have one here. So remember, Demo 2, we've published the calendar. When we went in here, and actually if you ever want to get that link again, you just right-click on the calendar, go to Share, change Publishing Settings, and there's your link. And it always stays the same until you click on Stop Publishing. Every time you stop and start publishing, it will generate a new link. So if you accidentally give it out to the wrong people and you need to revoke that, you can stop and start publishing to revoke anyone who had your link previously. It'll generate a brand new link for you. So now we have our link again. We're going to go over to our Gmail account, and here's our calendar. We're going to go ahead and add a calendar by URL. Alright, paste that guy in there. Add calendar. And as soon as that's done, it renames it. Okay, I don't like that color so much. I'm going to go with a different one. There we go, that's better. And let's say I want to rename this. Click here, click on calendar settings. I'm going to go in here and rename it to Demo 2's calendar. Click save. Alright, that looks better. So now I can see, and again, you can only see that it's busy. You can't see anything more than it's busy from this time to this time. That restricted private appointment that we built earlier. So that still goes across. Now, last thing I wanted to show you was, let's say we want to go from Gmail back to Office 365 instead of from Office 365 to Gmail. So we're going to share our Gmail calendar with Office 365. A lot of calendar systems are able to do this. It's called an ICS file that you're going to be sharing. And so if we go over to our main calendar, we can pick any calendar we want, but let's just click on this main calendar here. Click on the calendar settings. If we scroll down, there's this little link right here called iCal, and that's the same thing as a .ics. You'll actually see in the URL at the very end is a .ics file. And we're going to copy shortcut here. It's very important you use this one right here. And once that's set up, we'll go over to our account that we're trying to grab shared calendars from, and we'll go ahead and add a calendar just like we did before, and then we'll paste that link in there and see what I was saying. There's that .ics again. Click OK. Alright, and there's all of the test appointments that we had set up over on the Gmail side. Alright, so I'll show you what I mean here again. So here's all of our test appointments that we have on the Gmail side, and here they are on the Office 365 side. And let's say we want to rename this because we don't like basic, we want to call it Gmail. Just do that like that. And remember, this is our Demo 2 guy. We'll go ahead and rename this one too to Demo 2's calendar. And we are all set. Now we have everybody's calendar in one place. I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to reach out to your help desk if you have any further questions. Have a great day.